Okay. All right. So quickly, without wasting any more time, Justin, I hope you're fine. Good evening again, everybody. Um, so today I want us to talk about salary structure. We're going to do about talking about salary structure. We all know, definitely we all know what a salary is now, don't we?
Yes,
So
we
if I
do.
say, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. So we know what gross salary and what net salary is.
Yes.
What's gross salary?
Gross salary is the total amount paid to a staff without any deductions made from it.
Okay. Justina, what's net salary?
Net.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the net is after deduction of the
Are you
all
sure?
the
Are you sure the
after all
gross?
the
Are you sure that's not gross?
no gross is the whole total without deductions. The net is after deductions. That's when you get your net pay.
All right, that's beautiful. So we understand net and gross. We are not among those people who do not or who cannot differentiate between net and gross salary. So that's good. Who just joined the call? Is that no, that's not blessing. Okay, all right. So how
Atari just joined.
okay, Atari, oh welcome. So how is the salary divided? We are already employees. We've gotten offer letters. We've seen how the salary is being shared and all. So what's the salary structure? How is salary being divided to come to a gross? Yes?
Can I talk?
Yes,
Okay.
please. Yes, please.
It's a compilation of the breakdown of the basic housing, transportation, it can include also dressing, allowance, commissions, other payments apart from the basic housing and transportation.
So how are
So
they shared?
you assign the
Go on.
they are shared in such a. Should I continue?
Yes, please. Go on.
Okay. Okay, so the way they are shared can say you have to share the percentages to add up to 100%, assigning a certain percentage to each of those payments. Like basic can be, let's say, 50%, housing maybe 20, transportation 10, and then the other ones you just break them down so that they all add up to 100%.
Thank
That's what
you.
I understand.
Thank you so much. So usually the salary structure is broken. There are four main parts, basically: basic, transport, housing, meal. So this is not a one size fits all. So different organizations have up to 7 to 8 breakdown, but on a normal day, normal maybe it's basic small organization have their salary breaking down into basic transport, housing, meal, or basic transport, housing, utility. Some people even do basic transport, they leave housing and they do meal and utility. But for a simple salary structure, it's breaking down into 4 parts. But different organizations go, they have utility, they have entertainment, they have about 7 or 8 breakdowns. So different organizations with the different peculiarities. But basically, it's just 4 parts, okay, for maybe an organization that just starting up or so. They don't have any of those dressing or all those complicated stuff. It's just a simple and basic salary structure. Basic salary structure. Basic salary, transport, housing, meal. Yes. And all of them, like Miss Miriam has said, adds up to 100%. Now, let's do something quickly. So, Atare, I want you to have your structure comprises of 5 items. Um, Mrs. Miriam, yours comprises of four, and then Justina, yours comprises of 6 items. So now, quickly scribble out your 4 or 5 items or 6 items and give them a percentage so it comes to 100. Please note that basic salary is usually the highest. Basic salary is usually the highest. Even if you have 100 breakdown, basic salary has the highest percentage. So let's quickly just get your own salary structure, give them percentages, and come to 100%. You have 2 minutes.
Okay.
So when you're done, just maybe indicate by raising up your hand so you can share what you've come up with.
Yeah, for me,
Mm-hmm.
I put basic at 52%,
Okay.
housing at 20%,
Okay.
transportation at 12%,
Okay.
then meal at 16%.
Okay. Okay. Yours is 4. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Atare.
Yes, okay, for me, I have 5 items. So basic, housing, transport, meal, and medicals. So basic is going to be 40%, housing is going to be 20%, transport is another 20%, that's 80%. Then meal and medicals is going to be 10% each.
Okay. Justina. Thank you, Atare.
Okay. So I made basic 40%. Then housing is 10%.
Okay.
Transport is 15%. Communication is 10%. Then clothing allowance is 10. Children allowance is 15%.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. So everything usually sums up to 100%. So that's easy. That's very easy to do. Now, there are statutory deductions from a gross salary. So this 100%, is it gross or net? Now, this 100% we have gotten, is it gross or net?
Net.
Okay.
Gross. Is it gross or
Okay.
net? I'm confused.
Is it gross or
It's
net?
gross.
Okay. Who has a different opinion? You're going to defend it now. Someone said net. Who said net? Gross. Why is it gross? Why do you think it's gross? Net. Why do you think it's net?
Gross is the total now of everything. When it has not, these deductions will be removed before we get the net. That's why I'm
Okay.
saying it's gross.
Okay. Net. Why do you think it's net?
I think I was the one that said net, but I quickly changed it to gross. Like I was supposed to say gross instead of net.
It's gross.
Okay. All right. So it's gross because at this point, this is the total package. No deductions have been made yet. So statutory deductions, we have tax, we have pension, we have NHF, National Housing Fund, we have NHIS, that's Health Insurance Scheme, we have different statutory deductions, but these are the most popular ones. And not every organization have all this actually. So sometimes some organizations just do tax, they don't have any pension. Sometimes some organizations do tax and pension. Other times we have tax, pension, NHF, NHIS, everything. Some organizations, the NHIS is strictly the employer's responsibility. In some organizations, it's a shared responsibility. The employee contributes parts, the employer contributes parts, just like pension. So yeah, so these are the statutory deductions. So after getting all this, we deduct the amount of tax, pension, NHF, NHIS, and we move it from the gross that we've got in 100%. That gives us our net salary. That's simple, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, let's just take them one after the other. So for the tax now, do we understand the new tax law?
Very cumbersome.
How do we calculate tax? Pay tax.
Mm.
Do we understand the tax brackets that they gave us? All right. So in the new tax law, the first 800,000 naira annual, this annual, 800,000 naira annual is if you're earning 800,000 naira in a year or less, you're not expected to pay tax. If you're earning 2.2 in a year, you're expected to pay 15% tax, and just like that. But there are some things that are not taxable. What do I mean? Let's go back to our salary structure again. Our statutory deductions. Before we know what we can tax, we have to remove pension. So pension is not taxable. We have to remove the amount for pension. And remember, we're calculating annual now. We have to remove the annual pension the employee is paying them, just the employee's part in a year. NHF, the employee's contribution for NHF. NHIS, the employee's contribution for NHIS. We have to remove those things. Those things are not taxable. So we have to now take them, minus them from this, the gross. Then whatever is left, that's what we're now going to use to calculate. The whatever is left, is it up to 800,000 naira in a year? That's the taxable income. So we're not taxing the gross. We have to remove pension, we have to remove NHF, we have to remove NHIS first. Yes, Mrs. Miriam, please.
Sorry to cut you. I just want to remind you about this tax of it. You know, when you were teaching us payroll, you mentioned that you're going to teach us how to calculate tax. So just a
Okay.
reminder.
Yes,
Thank you.
we have started now.
Okay.
We have
Okay.
started now. So,
Okay.
for example, let's say an employee's salary is, let me open. Let's say an employee's salary, you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Let's say an employee's
Yes.
gross is 1.2 million naira. Yes, that's the gross. Let's say, okay, that's the monthly gross. Okay, no, let's say 500,000 naira. Monthly gross. That's 500, right? Yes. So this is monthly gross. So 500 times 5 times 12 rather. This gives us the yearly gross. Okay, so this is what the person is earning every year. That's how much is this? That's 6 million naira. Is that it? Yes. That's 6 million naira in a year. But this is not what we are taxing.
Just
Come again.
what I'm seeing from my end is your slide that has the heading tax. Then the first one is 800,000 tax
Oh,
free.
okay. Okay, give me a minute. That's not what I'm displaying. Let me show my entire screen. Okay. Can you see the Excel now?
Yes.
Okay. So let's assume that somebody's salary, Esther, her name is Esther, her monthly gross, this is gross monthly, is 500,000. So yearly will be times 12. Excuse me. Times 12. So meaning her yearly gross is 6 million naira. But this is not what we are going to tax, because under the new tax law, we are not taxing the whole gross. Some things are non-taxable. What are those things? Pension. Pension, we can't tax pension. If there's NHIF contribution, NHF contribution here, we can't tax that. if there is NHIS, we can't tax that. And then there's also what we call, what they put now, rent relief. That's 20% of the employees, 20% of the employees, what's it called? Rent, yearly rent relief. But it cannot be more than, if 20% is more than 500, the cap is 500, it can't be more than 500. So if 20% is more than 500, the only relief they're giving you is 500,000 naira. Do we understand the rent relief?
Yes.
20% of annual rent. Rent relief is 20% of annual rent, but the cap is at 500K. So if your rent, if 20% of your yearly rent is more than 500K, we cannot give you more than 500K tax exempt. It's only 500K relief we are giving you. That's what the new tax law is saying. So from this 500K, let's say pension is,
So,
yes, please, go on.
see,
Go on, please.
the rent relief is different from the housing fund, the National Housing Fund.
Yes, not, it's different from the NHF, yes.
How so?
So first of all,
How so, please?
Okay, let me open this for you. Can you see this is the official personal tax calculator, Paye tax calculator. So if you see that they have total annual income, gross. So how much you're making, your total gross in a year, you fill it in. Then eligible deductions. You see that you have pension, annual pension. You see that you have NHF here too. And you have rent paid for rent relief. Can you see that?
Yes.
So they are saying that NHF is contributions. Don't forget that the employee has a part to play for the NHF. You know that, right? They deducted from their gross.
Yes.
Yes. So the new tax law is saying, both your pension or both the NHF, both the rent relief, you can still add your rent relief. Those are non-taxable deductions. So if I put my annual pension, put my what I contribute for NHF yearly, then my rent relief depends. So if my rent is 1.5 million naira, it's going to calculate 20% of 1.5 million naira. And then there's NHIS contribution annual, life insurance, if there's any life insurance that the employee is contributing for too. And then click here, calculate my tax, and it's
Sorry,
going to bring out, go on.
I'm still trying to understand this rent relief thing. Is it that it's going to be deducted from our salary, or it's just a deduction that's
No,
calculated?
it's it's not deducted from your salary. So every staff is expected to submit a rent receipt. But usually you also go to the court and stamp to say, okay, this is how much my rent is in a year. So you also submit that to HR or to accountants, whoever prepares payroll in your organization. So that is just to help you. So because at the end of the day, it's expected that from your salary, you're going to pay rent from your salary, won't you? When you receive your salary, you're going to pay rent. You're going to save up for rent. Won't you save up for rent for your salary?
Yes.
Exactly. So the government is saying, okay, because we know that from this salary you still pay rent, let's just give them rent relief. So your tax is not high. So after bringing your affidavit that, okay, this is how much I earn, how much I spend for rent in a year, you give it to HR. So HR documents it. Okay, Atares pays 1.5 million naira yearly for rent. So 20% of 1.5 million naira, that's the relief you're going to have. So they're going to deduct that 20% from your gross, so that what we're going to calculate for tax is not smaller. Let me just see. So let's say you earn 500K yearly, right? And then you now say, oh, my rent is 1.5 million. So I'm going to take 1.5 million now. Yes. See 15, 20% of 5 million naira, of 1.5 million naira rather. is what? 300,000. Okay, so from this, that's yearly. So if I'm going to minus, they're not going to minus 500,000. They're going to minus 300,000 from 500,000. Then the leftover, that's what they will not tax. Do you understand? Do we understand?
Yes.
Oh, it's a lie. Oh my
So
word.
okay, is
Hey.
it monthly? Assuming our monthly salary is 500,000.
Okay. So let's do
Then
let's
this
do
one
it.
from five. Okay.
So let's do yearly. So your monthly gross, not netto, your monthly gross is 500K. But now the only thing we're
Mhm.
deducting now because is the rent relief, because that's what the issue is. But it's only rent relief we
Mm,
are deducting. But for now, let's just use rent relief. So your monthly
mm,
gross is 500K. We are trying to get your tax. How much will your tax be? So
mm,
times 12, 500K times 12, because we are calculating annually. So that's
mm.
B15 times 12. So your yearly gross is 6 million naira.
Yes.
Now, rent relief. You have told me that, oh, your rent, let's say your rent a year is 700,000. That's what you pay yearly for rent.
Mm,
So I'm not going to tax the whole 600, the whole 6 million naira. So I'm not going to do, they say for rent relief, 20, they're going to give you 20%. If you're paying
mm.
700,000 naira for rent, 700,000 naira, 20% of 700,000 naira is what?
Forty
D,
thousand.
let's see, is it 40,000? D 15
One
times
40,000.
20%. Exactly. So 140,000. So I'm not going to minus 140,000 naira from 6 million naira. How much will I get? How much will be left?
That'll be 360.
E 15 minus E 15. So 5,000,008. You
Right?
see, this is what is left. So this is what I'm going
Mm,
to tax because I've removed the rent relief already. So meaning what we are going to
mm,
tax is not smaller. So meaning your tax will not be as high as it should be
mm.
in the old tax law. Do you understand?
Yes.
Don't forget, it's only rent relief you are minusing. You're also going to minus pension. Remember,
Mm,
we're going to minus pension. How do we calculate pension?
Eight
Pension
percent
is
from the employee.
8% exactly. So
And
8% of what? 8% of basic transport and housing.
mhm.
So you're going to
Yes.
add basic transport and housing together, and 8% of three of them is what your employee pension is. That's what the employee is paying. Yes. So we are not going to let's just assume that after we have calculated it right, and then the pension is for the year is 1 million naira. I'm just assuming. So this minus 1 million naira now is now 486, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So you see that the amount is getting lower. That means the amount of the tax you pay is also getting lower because now they're not taxing your full 6 million naira. If they tax you a full 6 million naira, you will fall under, yeah, let's see, let's go back here. If they tax you a 6 million naira, you fall under where? So first of all, 15%. So you are going to be paying more than 15% or less than 18% if you're taxing your 6 million naira. Do you understand?
Yes.
yes.
But we're not taxing the 6 million naira. They're trying to see how we can reduce the tax we are paying. That's why they gave you rent relief. That's why they are saying, no, let's remove pension because they're already deducting that from the gross. So why are we taxing it when it's something that they've already deducted? So let's remove pension that the employee has paid. Let's remove NHF that the employee has paid. NHIS that the employee has paid. Let's remove that amount so that after removing everything here, the only thing that they are removing that we did not pay is rent relief because they're trying to make things easier for us. But the pension, we already contributed to pension, so that it has made our gross a little lesser. So why are we taxing the whole gross when some of the amounts already is never coming directly to the employee? So we remove pension, yearly pension, we minus NHF, we minus NHIS, and the 20% rent relief. Whatever is left let's say after removing all these things, it's only 4 million naira, only 3 million naira that is left, or let's say only 2 million naira that is left. Yes? Only 2 million naira that is left. So is this 2 million naira now that will not tax? So where does this 2 million naira fall under in the tax bracket? The first 800K.
15%.
The first 800K. Don't forget, the first 800,000 from the 2 million naira is tax-free. So where's my sheet again? So 2 million minus 800,000 naira that is tax-free, meaning 1.2.
Yes.
Do you understand? So that's how we are going to now, what's it called? Calculate it until it gets to, sometimes you can say after the deduction, even people that is getting up to 2.2 million naira gross, after all the deduction, the taxable income will not be more than, will not be up to 1 million naira anymore. So they are tax-free or tax exempt. Please ask questions because it's like right now, everybody's confused.
Yes. Okay, so like if we deduct the 800,000 from 2 million, it will be remaining 1.2. So from
One,
that schedule of amount to be taxed, that means the person will not be taxed now. Is that, am I right? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Can the other say her? I can't hear her.
I think it's our network.
Okay.
can you hear me now?
Okay, I'm hearing you now.
You know what? Let's let's go straight to the tax calculator. So let's say monthly gross is 500,000. 500 times 12. Tell me,
100 times. So that's 6 million. 6
6
million.
million. Okay. Uh-oh. Let's see if we can quickly do this. Let's assume that monthly pension is 10,000. We're just assuming because we've not calculated, right? But let's assume that monthly pension is 10,000. 10,000 times 12.
That's 120,000.
20,000.
All right. Okay, let's just say we are not in our organization, we don't do NHF. Rent relief. Rent relief is 1.5 million. So the calculator is going to automatically give us 20%. Calculate 20%. Then okay, let's say that's all we are doing. Okay. 120,000, 6,000, 6 million, right? So if we're supposed to tax 6 million, how much would our tax be? How many percent should we be paying? Hmm? All right. Can you see the result? Can you see? So after what's it called? Deductions, pension and everything, rent relief, what's left to be taxed is this instead of the 6 million naira that we imputed. Can you see?
Yes.
The change is no more 6 million. So they're not taxing 6 million, they're taxing 5 million naira. Where's our tax? See the tax rate that they're giving for, what's it called, 5 million naira, 13.2%. So NHF pension 120, tax deduction relief used for pay, NHF 0, NHIS 0, 0, rent relief tax. So can you see it's 300,000 naira that is showing instead of the 1.5 million naira that are imputed? Can you see that's 300K, 20% of 1.5? Yes. Subtract this to arrive at chargeable income. Take home above only subtracts payroll deduction and pay. So from this 5.58, they're giving us 13.2. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
A minute, please. This is 15% here. Let's see, they gave us, what did they give us? They gave us less than 15%. Please, if the call ends, let's just join again, because I think it's almost 45 minutes.
Okay.
Um, sorry, it's what's it called? It's not moving. Okay, you know what? I'm ending the call. It's 5 minutes and starting the call again.